So the rated torque is when the DD rotary table operates continuously without getting overheating. And when it comes to the maximum torque, it's when the DD rotary table working instantaneously.
Okay, so we've got rated torque and maximum
Yes,
torque.
so the rated torque is for workpiece cutting, and the maximum torque is for workpiece turning acceleration. And by the way, if you see here on the table, the maximum torque is 4 times bigger than the rated torque.
But that's like a rule of thumb
Yes,
for
yes.
all motors or all rotary tables.
Of course, especially if we use magnets here, so absolutely it's higher, yes.
Okay, so obviously, me as a customer, I want to know, like, you've got different models, and you need to tell me what's the rated torque, what's the maximum torque, right? So how do you measure that?
Well, good question. Thank you for asking that. We use the UL bench, the UL Dynamometer bench to test our direct drive rotary table, and contains of 3 parts: the load motor, the power meter, and the torque meter, where we use this bench to test the direct drive's torques and speed characteristic.
Okay, so
Yes.
it's like a testing bench following UL standards.
Absolutely, yes.
And you just mentioned a load motor, power meter, and torque meter. Can
Yes.
you explain these?
Well, in simple words, we don't want people to think that we're getting too, too slow
Technical?
here, too technical. Yes.
Okay.
So the load motor, in simple words, is when we want to find a suitable torque to test our DD rotary table, which we call the torque testing. And the torque meter and the power meter is to record the data we just collected.
Okay. Actually, I think we should maybe get a little bit more technical and
Yeah,
talk about
I
the
was
details.
afraid. I was
yeah,
afraid
can you
about
talk
that.
a little bit more about?
Okay, well, the first thing here in this area, we need to tune our DD rotary tables by using a servo motor to make sure that our DD rotary table runs smoothly without any load. So the standard procedure here is to make the motor run clockwise for 1 minute,
Okay.
and anti-clockwise for another minute.
Okay,
and
got
the
it.
current difference between both directions should not exceed half amps.
Okay, 0.5.
Zero,
amps.
yes.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, after that, we set up the DD rotary table on the test bench with the load motor, and we have to make sure that both of the shafts are coupled perfectly. After that, we apply the test torque, as I mentioned before.
Okay.
So the DD rotary table start to run from 0 to its rated speed.
Okay.
Then we start recording some data,
Okay.
such as the power, the speed, torque, voltage, current, temperature, so on.
Okay, so collecting all kinds of relevant data. Now you just mentioned temperature, and temperature control is something we want to talk about as well. So
It is.
how do you make sure that your rotary tables do not overheat?